me, I don't see any politics about it.
Okay.
You know, let's see that anything good that they want to come into the country, we always like to look at it, pitch it with the politics. To me, I don't see any politics about it. If it is like you said about the creation of state, that could be deleted from it, about the creation of state. But there are other good in this parliamentary, the presidential parliamentary system of government. A lot of things, good things are there, which will benefit even the least Nigeria. Thank you, I appreciate that.
All right, thank you very much, Jackson. You know, I said when I was saying that, see, the possibility that the good intention of Mr. President will be misinterpreted and misconstrued and misrepresented is the fact that don't forget, he's the presiding president of the nation, even though he's contesting for the election. So he's caught in the middle. Yeah, he's caught in the middle.
But let's take Richard. Richard is calling us from Kaduna.
Hello,
Good morning, Richard.
Hello, I'm calling for Kaduna.
Good morning.
Richard, good morning.
The issue of talking about High Court in Lagos, the funding of deploying the soldier, that's a police unit.
Yes.
What people want to understand in Nigeria, especially those who stay in far north, some of the children are arrogant. Nobody is going there to go and stay in police unit, cast your vote and go home. But all those users who hang around, they intimidate you because you want to cast your vote in your own choice. Some of them will be around. So I think it's no reason we say court in the High Court in Lagos, and the people in Lagos, they don't know what is happening.
But the Court of Appeal at Abuja during the appeal about the election, at Ekiti, also gave that ruling, also condemned it.
What I try to say is that the issue that says they are deploying soldiers to police units is not correct. That is the way they interpret it. But what I believe in my own knowledge, I've been in the North here since 1994, the election is going on, participating, casting my vote to whoever I want to vote for, my choice. I must go out and perform my civic rights. But in this situation of this now, in part of when we are marking about almost 21 states that they are afraid of riot, even not because of that one. Then you allow the policeman that will stay in police unit. You don't even hold a stick. We normally know about policeman who stick one big iron like that. Then the policeman is not here. Nobody the guy there. So you are not telling me not to go outside and cast my vote. Then so that they will attack me on the road.
So you want military presence?
Yeah, I'd rather to discourage people not to go out. If they don't deploy soldiers to go around, no soldier to come and stay inside the police station. Let soldiers be there and move around the whole town.
All right. Thank you very much, Richard.
Thank you, Richard.
It still comes to my point.
I know it still comes, but I said on that premise, I agree with you. And I agree with Richard on that. As long as they would not be used to hamper,
the major roads,
as long as the military will not be used to hamper the election process, it's okay. We need security also during the election, too. In the interest of Nigeria.
All right, so we'll still be looking at it. All right, let's quickly go on here. Now, we're looking at these states that are prone to violence. Come, March the 28th, April the 11th, or any election, period at all. Now, Lagos State or your state, Ekiti State, and other 19 states, making 21 of them in all. 22 of them in all have actually been, violence prone. Now, what exactly do you think?
No, 21 in all, but I added one.
Okay, let's take this call. Good morning, George.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Well done, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, sir.
My own contribution concerning the security matter is the issue of when two elephants are fighting.
The grass suffers.
It is the grasses that we suffer. The Buhari will not die during crisis. Neither Jonathan. If there is any crisis with the masses, we are going to suffer it so much.
So much.
And in that respect, we should have rethink that there is still life after election.
There's life after the election.
We should think deeply before we take any action. Concerning the political system or the confab report, we should have the understanding that even in your house, in our individual house, we are practicing politics. Even in the church, it is allowed. Even there are so many factors that without politics, it cannot come through. So we should think about that. Whatever they want to do or how they want to do it is not the most important thing. But the most important thing is the result. if the result is going to be favorable to us. That is the most important thing. But my advice to every Nigeria, you are not going, even if the police are around you, if every one of us choose to be law-abiding citizens,
yes,
everything will go on smoothly. But if you refuse to do so, it is our blood that will suffer it, not the Buhari blood, not the Subanjo blood, not the Jonathan blood. Let us think deeply before we take any action. May God bless Nigeria.
God bless you, George. Thank you so much,
very
Mr.
much,
George.
You see, one thing that stands really very clear.
Abiding. Exactly.
One thing that stands very clear is that it's so very sad that this is the kind of situation Mr. President has found himself. And that is his immediate responsibility as the president of the country is actually, infringing on a to give Nigerians a non-biased platform to be able to appreciate the effort that is making in some areas, especially like the execution of the confab. You ask, why now? Especially on the security that's been beefed up in the northeastern part of Nigeria and the coalition that we're enjoying from the neighboring nation today. Why after the 6 months of the election? Are they just mere coincidences?
But the truth is, even if this happened in America, Americans would still frown at President Obama and ask him, why now? You had all the time to do it for the people, in the interest of the people, but you kept mum on it and you waited to capture the opportunity, waiting for the election period. I mean, the truth is, in as much as we know the report, the Crossfire report, it's for the good of Nigerians, but then there is still the underlying tone that this was done now for political reasons. So if
I know it's mind-boggling, Ishama,
it is,
but we have been employed to talk, and we just have to talk about it. You understand?
Odiaka is calling us from Lagos.
Okay, Odiaka, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Yes, my name is Odiaka. I'm calling from Lagos here.
Good morning,
please go ahead.
Yes. I want to talk of the military involvement in our election.
All right.
You see, for me, there is absolutely no basis to deploy military in this election. Election is a civic duty, and it is the responsibility of the police to oversee the election. No matter the misgivings you may have about them, it is their constitutional responsibility, and when you take it away from them, responsibility. The police has to be equipped and allowed to carry out their constitutional duty and grow from it. Because if we don't allow them to carry out their constitutional responsibility and therefore we can continue to allow the military to interfere in the job, when are we going to have the police that we will be proud of?
We're so sorry, Odiaka.
But he made valid point. You see, the bottom line is just that, Judge said something that is very, very key, and it keeps resounding in my spirit. If we say no, and if I say no, you say no, and your brother says no, my sister says no, and all of us, this message, goes down, to even to the last 18-year-old person. That's the person who is going to be 18 years, by the time of the election, or who is qualified today to vote. Believe you me, this election is going to be very free and fair and credible. We hope that is going to happen. We'll go on a short break now, and then when we come back, we'll go through the last run of the show. Just stay there. We'll be right back. All right, we are back, and this is still Crossfire, and we'll be looking at electoral violence and all the states in the federation that have been marked as pepper red. Let me put it that way, Shama. But you'll be interested in this. Actors in the elections, such as the Odua People's Congress, has been visible in the campaign and in support of the People's Democratic Party. And in Lagos State, President Goodluck Jonathan has paid series of visits to traditional rulers and churches in the region, while the All Progressive Congress is critical of the move by the president. The presidential poll is likely to be the most crucial election in the zone, as only the governorship position in Lagos, Oyo, and Ogun are up to the contest. Although a half of the states in the South-South region fall outside the red color category, in the report. But Rivers State continues to ring the loudest bell when it comes to hotspots for violence as we approach the 2015 elections. And all the 23 local government areas of the state are hotspots for violence. And so, what happened? The tense atmosphere in Rivers State is creating a lot of fear in the electorate, and yet and it's leading to a level of withdrawal or avoidance of participation in the polls for many who believe that the struggle for power between PDP and APC could escalate into very serious violent conflict. I mean, Ishoma, a couple of Odiaka is calling us back. Good morning, Odiaka.
Yeah, good morning, Dakwa and Ishoma.
Hi,
you have an unfinished business.
Yes, sorry, I ran out of airtime.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yes, like I said earlier, the police must be allowed to carry out their constitutional responsibility and not the military, because that is the only way the police will grow. But if we continue to find excuses and allow the military to interfere, I mean, when is the police going to grow? I agree that we experience violence in the election, but that is not enough reason to continue to undermine the constitutional responsibility of the police. They must be allowed to do their job and learn from it. After all, we have lost and continue to lose thousands of Nigerians in the hands of Boko Haram, and the military has not been able to stop them from killing and destroying our infrastructure. And yet, the military's constitutional role has not been replaced by any other security agency. So, the police should be allowed to do their job. Thank you.
Thank you so
very
much,
Odiaka.
I really loved his analysis. How will the police grow if you do not allow them to perform their constitutional duties? Yeah. Equip them.
Train them.
Train them. That's it.
And take care of them.
But even if the government says tomorrow that, okay, we'll deploy military, we'll have military presence, heavy military presence in the northeast, particularly the volatile states, I won't have any issues, and I don't think a lot of Nigerians will have issues with that. But now, when you see...
Do you agree with the school of thought that the Nigerian police force is underfunded? Heavily.
They could be funded properly, but as it trickles down from the head down, people are taking... So by the time it gets to the police officers who need these funds, it's barely enough. And that's why you see them on the streets, 100 naira. We've seen situations even in the newspapers where policemen queue for 200 naira bribe. If these people are well paid, and if truly...
You saw the two police officers who fought.
It's everyone on YouTube. The issue is what started that fight. Go and find out. It was money. Or probably they were drunk on duty. These are acts which should not be found in any law, abiding
These are people
officer.
that have been caught out for to maintain law and order,
and not to break it.
To ensure that, all civilians are well, and okay. But, if we eventually have, now we have police officers fighting themselves.
You will never find a military man.
Two miscreants who
you
are
will
fighting.
never find a military man or any naval officer fight. You dare not, even in the military back, you dare not.
Especially in their uniform.
Whether you're putting on your uniform or even on mufti, you dare not. You dare not. But then you see.
So what is wrong with the Nigerian police? Anyway, that's a discussion for another day. That's a discussion for another day. So all we're saying on the show is that we are still using this platform to tell you, shun violence. Say no to violence. This is our nation. This is our country. This is where we belong. You and I don't have any other country to go. Even if you travel, east or west, north and south, home is still the best. True. You can go wherever you want to go, but believe you me, nobody will build this country for us.
And even if that other country, you think you already have, a citizenship there, even if they decide that we do not need you in this country, there's nothing you can do. You cannot appeal to any court. You cannot cry to anybody. So if you allow yourself to be used by these political thugs, as I like to call them, you'll be doing yourself the greater damage.
Now, we said we would start today to start taking calls on what we discussed yesterday to open the show. When I finish voting, what should I do? Go home or stay and watch my vote count? Ishoma.
But then I saw in the paper today, I don't know if that story has been fully confirmed, though, but I saw in one of the papers that the Inspector General...
APC, everybody now is saying stay.
The IG is now saying people can stay to protect their votes. But...
On the premise that it's going to be done in an orderly manner.
Yes. nobody's breaking or breaching any electoral law.
But my
You're
concern
not
is that,
misbehaving.
considering electoral violence and Lagos State or all the states that have been marked as, you know, as red, do you think people should still stay? Anything can break. You know what starts violence and what starts uproar?
A part of me, I want Nigerians to also stay and defend their votes and their mandates. But on the other hand, come on, these are helpless people. Someone who comes now with an AK-47 and spraying guns everywhere. You saw the robbery that happened at Lekki. I don't care the size, the height. People would definitely what? There'll be chaos because people will be running helter-skelter. The ones who would trample upon themselves will be there. The ones who will probably be hit by the bullet. But because the interest, it's a really dicey situation now. Now that's where you now begin to wonder, okay, so should the military now come in under that premise now to provide adequate security to support the police on ground? So it's a muddled up situation right now.
Sometimes I sit back, Ishoma, and I think that where and how come Nigeria, this is a loving country. We love one another. We are united, even though our diversity.
We really do not love one another.
We have tribe, we have tongues, we speak
a lot of issues have crept in now.
But we are being dehumanized.
Love
now
for
people
money.
Kill. We kill ourselves.
At the end of the day, it all boils down to money. Interests. As against protecting one another. The truth is, whatever happens, you see on the ground. Whatever government it is that has been in power before and is in power right now, I believe they all have a share from the blame. That's it.
Wow.
That's my opinion.
Anyway, the show, I mean, so many times I feel, I get really very emotional when if I remember how we all started. When I was growing up, where I grew up, Igbo people, Hausa people, Yoruba people, Efik people, I mean, it's from all tribe and tongue. And that's why, you know, the national pledge is just, you know, I mean, even the current national anthem, you know, or the former national, he said, though tribe and tongue may differ, but in brotherhood we stand. I mean, there's so much weight in the wordings of our former national anthem.
Very true.
And sometimes, you know, when I want to sing Arise of Compatriots, I just go back to, you know.
Because of the spirit of that, so strong.
It's very strong.
And like late
Nigeria will hail thee, our own native land. Though tribe and tongue may differ, but in brotherhood we stand. You know, it's so heavy.
Strong.
And I believe that that is where we're going.
But the truth is, in as much as a lot of persons will say, whatever government has failed, let us for once use this election as a starting point to say, I do not care who has failed in the past. I do not care who is failing right now. But look at what late Lucky Dube said. He said, the world knows your country as a nation of thugs, as a nation of corruption. He said, but take it upon yourself to build a good reputation. It starts from you, it starts from me, it starts from you at home. If you make up your mind that we need to change this nation, we need to change the ongoing perceptions of Nigeria and the situations on ground, the truth is we will do that peacefully and we will get positive results. All right. Peace is the word. Let's maintain it. Let's preach it. Let's eat it. Let's live it. And let's do everything to ensure that 2015 election is peaceful, is fair, is free, is transparent, is credible, as we usher in a government that will take us into the promised land. We are hoping that this is just going to happen. Thank you very much for being a part of our show today. We'll see you tomorrow morning for another very interesting episode. Stay out of trouble. Say no to violence and do not drink and drive.